You wake up at 11:47 a.m. in a $38 million glass mansion above Malibu, and the ocean looks like it belongs to you. 3 months ago, you were comparing cereal prices at Walmart. Now your kitchen has a chef making $72 avocado toast. Your winning ticket was worth $2.04 billion, and the cashier who sold it cried harder than you did. After taxes and the lump sum, $628 million landed in your account at 9:03 a.m. on a Tuesday. Your old debit card used to decline at gas stations. Now, private bankers fly from New York just to shake your hand. Your garage has 14 cars, but every morning you still stare at them like a kid outside a toy store. Today, you choose the matte black Rolls-Royce because the Lamborghini hurts your back after 20 minutes. At 1:15 p.m., you land on a rooftop in Beverly Hills just to buy sunglasses you forget in the helicopter. Restaurants no longer give you menus. They send the owner, 2 waiters, and the bottle they keep locked downstairs. Your phone has 4,812 unread messages, but your assistant only lets through doctors, lawyers, and your mother. You give your brother $5 million for a house, and he hugs you so hard your ribs pop. You pay off your entire old apartment building's rent for 1 year. For once, nobody knows it was you. Every Friday, you fly to Las Vegas, not to gamble, but because the penthouse bathtub faces the Strip. You buy your father the exact 1969 Mustang he sold when you were born, down to the cracked leather seats. For 90 beautiful days, money feels like a superpower. Doors open before you touch them. Then, at 2:06 a.m., your security alarm screams, and 12 cameras show strangers climbing your front gate. By sunrise, reporters camp outside your driveway, drones hover above the pool, and your mansion feels like a fishbowl. A woman arrives crying with a baby photo, claiming you promised her $10 million in 2017. You've never seen her. Your old coworkers sell stories about you for $900 each, including one about stolen lunches that never happened. Your cousin asks for $250,000 to start a gym. When you hesitate, he calls you greedy on Facebook. Your accountant finds the first leak. Someone copied your bank statements and sold them to a gossip site. At 8:30 p.m., your best friend asks for $40 million for a crypto resort in Belize. He says, "Trust me." When you say no, he stares at you like you just became someone else, and maybe you did. The next morning, headlines say you abandoned your friends. Your mother sends one text, "What is happening to us?" Your lawyer discovers 63 lawsuits filed in 4 states, including one man claiming your lottery numbers came from his dream. Then the real hit comes. Your financial manager is missing, and $47 million has vanished from a trust account. Police ask if you authorized transfers to Panama at 3:12 a.m. Your hands go cold around the coffee cup. For the first time since winning, you miss being invisible, broke, and ignored. You fire 8 advisors in one afternoon, and each one leaves with a smile that feels like a threat. Your new security team costs $1.2 million a year and checks the mail like it might explode. You move into a rented house under a fake company name with blackout curtains and no ocean view. Your daily routine becomes meetings, 9 a.m. lawyers, 11 a.m. accountants, 2 p.m. another lawsuit from another stranger. You stop answering family calls because every conversation turns into a number with commas. At night, you scroll through old photos from your $1,200 apartment and wonder why you smiled more there. Your best friend releases private voice messages. 20 million people hear you crying in your pantry. You almost settled a fraud case for $22 million just to sleep again. But your investigator slams down one photo. It shows your missing manager walking into a Miami hotel with your best friend, both wearing baseball caps. Your stomach drops. The person who knew your first bike, first crush, and first job helped rob you. You agree to wear a wire at a private dinner in Santa Monica, table 12, 7:45 p.m. He orders a $600 steak and says you owe him because lucky people should share the miracle. When he admits the transfer, your heart pounds so loud you barely hear the agents moving in. He runs through the kitchen, slips on spilled soup, and lands face first beside a tray of oysters. They recover $31 million in 2 weeks, but the betrayal sits heavier than the money ever did. You sell the Malibu mansion for $41 million and buy a quiet ranch in Montana behind 2 unmarked gates. Your mornings change. Coffee at 6:20, old boots, no chef, and the same sunrise nobody can photograph. You create a foundation with one rule. Nobody gets a giant check unless it actually fixes something. The first project opens a free dental clinic in your hometown, where 312 people line up before sunrise. Your mother visits for Thanksgiving, sees the cheap folding table, and laughs for the first time in months. On Christmas Eve, your father hands you the Mustang keys and says he only borrowed happiness until you found your own. You still have $589 million, but now your richest moment is sitting unnoticed in a diner, paying for every table anonymously.